From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
Without you, I can't catch you. Freezing rain can't keep me away from your door, from your door.
It's the week of Friday, June 30th, 2017, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang. I'm back. I'm excited to be back.
I think we're supposed to say that. You're back.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And here with me in our Orlando studios, Eddie Big Cat Koffoltz.
You're back.
It has been a month since I've seen you.
I know.
I don't like it.
We got a whole lot of catching up
I mean,
to do.
I don't like that it's been a month since I've seen you. I like seeing you.
I was confused.
Yeah.
My insecurity took option B.
He was deeply wounded for about 5 seconds there.
Over
5
there,
seconds.
on the ones and twos, our illustrious producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
On the Skype line from Loverly in Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
And our guest host joining us for the show this week, back with a vengeance, John Crist.
Get out of here, man. What's happening?
It's so good to hear your voice, man. Where are you right now?
Man, I don't want to brag, but I'm in Overland Park, Kansas. Dude.
Ooh, Kansas. Everybody about Kansas City is like, oh, Kansas City. Yeah, they have that. No, that's somewhere else.
Oh.
Oh, isn't that close to? No.
Isn't
Oh,
it?
cool, Kansas City.
He's on the
Well, you know
Kansas
what?
side, too.
Dude, I flew into the airport, and because I travel pretty much for a living. I flew into the airport and landed, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this airport. I've been here before. And then I went out to the rental car place, and I realized I'd never been out of that airport. Like, I've been on layovers, but I never left it.
Yeah.
Right, that's what Kansas City normally is.
The only thing I know about Overland Park, Kansas is an episode of a Teenage Mom was based there that I caught once. So, Teen Mom.
I think it's Teen Mom. Yeah,
Teen
Teenage
Mom.
Mom is the low budget spinoff on VH1. It's
Yeah.
very
That's
good.
more of an indictment on you, Cameron, not Kansas City.
Yeah.
They do have that on their welcome sign when you drive in.
Overland Park.
Welcome to Kansas City, home of Teenage Mom.
Once featured on Teen Mom.
Home of Teenage Mom, Season 3, Episode 14.
Lots of them, actually. There's just like a little ticker.
Yeah, we're not talking about actual teen moms because the city is littered with them.
Littered,
but we're
littered.
talking about the show.
They're just deeply proud of their teenage mother population.
We're coming out hot in the podcast on teen pregnancy. We start.
John's like, hey, I still got to be here.
What are you doing in Overland Park, Kansas? Why are you there?
Man, dude, you know what? I'm at a pastor's conference, dude.
Oh. What do you do at a pastor's conference?
Yeah.
Just
Are
be
you
hilarious?
sharing? Are you
For the second time, I don't want to brag. And no, dude, what I do for a living, Cameron, is not called sharing, dude. Are you sharing?
But that's like the cool way of saying like
Yeah.
preachers don't preach anymore, they teach.
Yeah, they pull
Yeah.
up the chair or go Zach Morris style, flipping one around backwards and kind of sit in it and get real.
Have you noticed that every mega church has a bunch of teaching pastors on staff?
Yeah.
When did that start happening?
because the main pastors got lazy, and so they started delegating.
Yeah, teaching pastor is the new VP. It's like,
Yeah.
you don't, it's just a title. I don't care.
If for some reason the main pastor gets sick or something, teaching pastor is kind of wandering the halls. He's just checking up on the congregation, I think.
Yeah, I love Cameron's second indictment, Mr. I haven't been on the podcast in a month. But yeah, the other pastors are getting lazy, man. Yeah.
First of all, I haven't seen Eddie in a month. I only missed 1 week of the podcast. Eddie's been slacking.
Oh yeah, I barely show up.
Every year I miss 1 or 2 shows, and Jesse fills in as host.
Yeah.
I don't listen to it because
It's
I
a
don't.
train wreck,
I
yeah.
don't want to know if it's horrible or way better.
It was a podcast.
Yeah.
So by definition,
We got it out the door.
it was a full MP3 file uploaded to the cloud. In that, it was a show.
John, I have 2 questions for you. Questions for you real quick, man. The first one is, it was, I guess a month or so since you were first on. Has it just been a life-changing experience for you?
Yeah, what's it been like?
Been on an episode?
Yeah, it's weird. Walking through the airport, usually people are like, hey, dude, from the Church Hunters video, or hey, dude, from the Road Rage in the parking lot. And now everybody's like, hey, you're from the Relevant Podcast, which is weird because it's audio only, but they still recognize me visually, which is weird.
Two, are you basically a rock star god at a pastor's conference?
Yes.
You've got to be.
Yes.
The Venn diagram of your life has crossed into every single other area of pastor world.
I have to imagine that when you get off stage, it's like Beyonce or something. You go into disguise and find your way out of it.
He's on the Relevant Podcast. He shares at pastors' conferences. You're a Chick-fil-A owner-operator. operator. You're everything. Right?
It's strange because the pastors' conferences, it's kind of like when I go to pastors' conference and I want to go to like teachers kind of like associations, it's like I am like verbalizing all the thoughts that all these pastors and teachers have had about their kids or about their congregations, but they kind of can't say it for whatever reason. But I can I'm like, I don't even know how this happened, but like, they're like, oh, he's a comedian. He's allowed to. I'm like, I am? Okay. All right. Well, like, they're like, it's say all the things that are like, everybody's kind of like scared to say. And then they're like, thank you, dude. And then they're like, well, we can't. Usually the pastor is like, I'm not really going to share this video, but they'll just like message it me privately. Like, dude, it's hilarious.
But you get a really special kind of laugh with that group because it's not like the, oh, we're shocked laugh. It's like the cathartic laugh.
Yeah,
like,
100%. It's like, dude,
thank you.
I don't know where you came from, but I thank you, man. We needed this.
Yeah.
Those people.
Thank you. Everyone in the church has been wondering what the teaching pastor does, and everyone's petrified to say. Thank you. For saying.
Because in truth, that guy preaches 2 times a year and then leads a marriage thing like once a year, and he's full time. So help me understand him,
dude. I love it. Yeah, but you can't have too many. You gotta be big to have a teaching pastor, though. You know.
Oh yeah, big deal.
But it's like, I think it's the first extra hire now because I think they start up the church, and that was a lot of work. You know, that year or two, they're working long hours. The first time it grows to where they can hire another pastor, teaching pastor, they're going to kick it back for a little bit.
But the reason is because they used to hire associate pastors, but that was just code for you don't get to get on stage.
No.
There's no associate. Good point. There's no associate pastors anymore.
Right.
No. They're gone now.
They have a pastor over like the youth. They have a pastor over like the outreach.
No associate. Oh, dude, I never thought about that.
And the teaching pastors are like, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, Memorial Day weekend, that's the ones they get. They get to be called teaching pastor, so that
Jesse wants a new title now, probably.
Jesse is my teaching pastor.
Teaching podcaster.
Can I just say, here's the thing. Let's just be honest. I'm not calling out teaching pastors right now, but you are one step above of the pastor recording a video on it before his way out of town to play in the middle of a sermon.
Yeah.
But I like that the teaching pastor, since we're just going.
Because we've had those too. If you're not big enough to have a teaching pastor, but it is like the 4th of July weekend, you know, and it's clearly the pastor, you know, did this in this whole sermon in his living room. It's terrible. He's just totally winging it the whole time.
Dude, I never even heard of that.
That's one step below.
Hey, we have a great show today. Coming up later, we talk to Cold War kids. They are in the new issue of Relevant. They have a great new album out. I'll be honest, I loved Cold War Kids back in 2010. Kind of thought, been there, done that. But the new album is phenomenal. I mean, so if you've not heard them for a few years, this one's worth paying attention to. It's also, you know, the July 4th holiday.
Oh, yeah.
So it's time for our annual installment of Indie Rock Band or Firework.
One of my favorites.
So that's coming up later. And John will be playing against Eddie. So this is
And John, just to preface you on this, I am incredible at this game. It is strange.
This isn't an impossible game.
He's a savant. He's a savant. It's really weird. The game is basically we will say, Jesse will say a name and then you have to guess, is that the name of an indie rock band or is that the name of an actual firework that you can buy down at the tent, like the Black
you can buy. I'll give you, for anyone interested, they can buy these fireworks online. You know, Cameron, I didn't tell you, but just for research for putting this game together, I'm expensing quite a number of fireworks to my home that I need to. So expect that. It's about $2,400. So,
for example,
Amex literally called me to thinking it was a fraud thing. So there you go. Now I understand. Okay, it's just Jesse.
Quick example, John. What is a Cold War Kid?
A Cold War. That's a band.
Well done. You were paying attention. Could have been a firework, though. It's actually both.
All right.
That would have been a very disappointing firework.
Right.
Also, dude, I don't feel like regionally this game is fair because a lot of states we have listeners that don't have access to fireworks. So what about them, dude?
You can always drive right over the state line to Overland Park and get your fireworks. I mean, every state abuts a state that sells fireworks.
Oh yeah, Overland Park. They have very loose firework policy.
And I'll say this: I don't like making long drives, transporting illegal things over state lines from a bad experience I had one time that I won't get into here. But I'll say this: there's a lot of good fireworks on the dark web. I'm a big dark web.
What does that mean? You can buy them on the internet?
I can't believe that you can.
Technically, I'm not. I'll say this, John. Here's how the little loophole. Technically, I'm not buying fireworks. I'm buying paperweights that just happen to be made of gunpowder.
Wait,
Oh my! You can't ship those, dude.
you can't ship those. There's no way you're finding fireworks on the internet.
Oh man, the UPS driver is just walking up to your house and he's just like sweating and his hands are
The
shaking.
UPS truck is already like a tinder box. It's nothing but cardboard in there, and I packed them with fireworks.
All right, listen, before we get to In Case You Missed It, it's big news in the Christian comedy world. Just this week, Mr. John Crist released another video.
Oh yeah,
And his
What is this? I wasn't aware of any Christian comedy world.
I believe it's you.
His world of one. He's a market leader in an industry of one. It's called Millennial Missionaries. The Millennial Missionaries. Did you guys see it?
It was painful.
He hates it when I do this, but I'm going to play a clip with him on the line. Here it is.
It was painfully right, just so you know.
Here it is.
Hi guys, Quinn and Kylie here. We are so excited to announce our next trip.
It's a mission trip.
Our next mission trip, we are going to serve humbly the scuba instructors here in Aruba.
We're so honored.
So honored. A lot of you guys have asked, why Aruba?
Yeah, we actually came here on our honeymoon.
Yeah, we were out on the pier having the sunset dinner. I was about to pick up the lobster and dip it in the butter. And we
So
just
good.
looked at each other and we just felt like God had called us
For such a time as this. We've had so many God moments
You
while
would
being
not
here.
believe.
The Cabana Boys.
Oh, the golf caddy.
Yeah, the parasail guy.
I had a heart-to-heart conversation with the guy I rent the jet skis from.
Oh, babe, I want to hear about that.
So good. When moments like that, we just know that we're here for a purpose.
Yeah, for
But
sure. Oh
my
we can
gosh.
relate to missionaries all over the world where we say it hasn't been without its share of persecution.
I won't play the whole
Oh my
thing.
gosh! You know what? Of all the things that were hilarious about that, one of the things that got what's the woman's name that was doing it with you, John?
That's Beth Pilgrim.
Oh man, all her little tags started with and it was just like complete like the complete tag on of the pastor's wife and the welcome video at the beginning of at the website. Everything was just like, we're just really excited. I love
Hey,
her.
John, I just gave you a little thumbs up on the YouTube. There you go.
Oh,
Boom.
thanks, buddy.
Added another one.
There was two things that jumped out. And I texted John about this video last night when I saw it drop. But my favorite thing about it was one that the sweet Panama Jack outfit you got going on.
I was just on a Caribbean cruise myself. You are in perfect attire. That's all I'm just saying.
The other thing is too. At one point, I think you're seen driving a red Dodge Viper.
Yeah. My favorite part about the videos, I don't like to film them or do the editing or all that. I'm big into writing the scripts and props is what I'm all about. Dude.
Well, that's what makes it, man.
A Dodge Viper. No, it's not Dodge Viper, is it? It's a Corvette.
It's a Corvette.
Yeah, it's a convertible red Corvette. That you rented on
Please tell me that's your actual vehicle.
Please tell me.
No, that's not my actual vehicle. I actually rented it from there's like an Enterprise Exotics in Los Angeles that I rented it from, but then I had it for like 2 days, and I was just like, man, I feel like that guy driving this thing around.
I like it. I like
Especially because I was like, I had the fedora, and I was like, well, I guess I'll just keep this fedora on.
You can just become a different person. You're the guy who takes up 2 parking spots in his Ferrari, like at an
for
angle,
sure.
just to make sure no one gets too close to that.
Yeah, you don't want the door dings. I mean,
Well, I had the, so I was driving it, and I needed to like merge late into like the on the interstate to get on to go west or whatever, and I'm in like a beat up, dinged up Honda Civic normally, so I feel like when I cut somebody off, they're like, oh dude, he's on the struggle, man, that guy, I'm gonna give him a break, that guy needs it. But I did the same thing in the fedora and the Corvette, and I was like, oh man, I had this like moment of like, this is what this feels like.
What's funny is, okay, so your videos are your well manicured public persona. It's your content. It's your career. I follow you on Instagram, and I watched a couple of your Instagram stories. So now it kind of like prioritizes yours, and so I see you a lot.
Yeah.
I've noticed a little something watching your Instagram stories that I didn't know about you.
I'll tell you what it is.
What?
He's very good looking.
Heyo.
Hi.
That's not what I noticed.
That's what you texted me. But anyhow,
okay.
keep going.
No, I've noticed you don't work blue per se, but you go into territory that the public persona doesn't go into. You talk a lot about girls. You talk a lot about the struggle of dating.
Oh, heyo. I like that. Yeah, I would embrace that for sure. I don't know if that. I thought you were going to say something else. I'm trying to review my story.
On like a 20-clip rant about your buddy having a men's volleyball game.
I saw that.
And like the whole like shirts and no shirts and why aren't girls there? I mean,
yeah. How is that not relevant?
I'm just saying. I was like, so showing a little more rounding out the man of John Crist is all I'm saying.
I like it. So you were like, hey, I get these videos, but I want to know the real him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
the real.
I like that you're a little more unfiltered on Instagram stories.
Well, so my point was like women just get together. They like to just get together, like, hey, like essential oils night or Tupperware. I don't know what they do. Clearly, I have no idea what I'm going to do.
I don't think you know what they do.
Yeah, but keep going. But I don't think I've ever gotten together with guys ever. Have you? Well, that's only married guys want to do that.
No, poker night.
Yeah, that's true. Every Wednesday night, I got a group of guys I hang out with, but they're all married.
Oh, so they need like the escape kind of a thing.
Yeah. That's an explicit part of the whole night. We're like, put the kids to bed and run towards the brewery.
So John's point in his rant.
Say this to John's point.
John's point in his rant was single guys want to hang out with girls in groups.
Yes.
They want groups that girls are involved in.
Right.
Married guys want to hang out in groups of guys.
Right. No, that makes total sense.
Okay.
But John, I kind of know what you're saying because I've had I've been like when dudes that I know have organized like the guys' night, and everyone's like, dude, this is gonna be so fun. It ends up like the first 10 minutes, everyone's kind of high fiving, like, dude, this is so cool, literally 15 minutes in, all the dudes are just kind of sitting there, and it is a little awkward unless you're like actively like hunting a live animal or something.
I'm glad you said that because that's the other thing. Like if your church, like my church used to do it all the time. Like why isn't anyone coming to the men's retreat? Like all right, we're going to do like super manly stuff. Well, you're not going to have a 4-wheeler for 400 people.
Right.
And they're like, we're going to like eat chili and like, what? Like, dude, we're not doing this. They're like, you want to come? I'm like, because it sounds terrible.
Right. And also, like, let's just be honest, the content is always terrible at those things too. So like at night, there's always the speaker that's like a big deal in Rotary or something. And he's talking about how like God told him to give away a bunch of money a couple years ago. And you're like, this is more boring than
I've clearly never been to a men's retreat.
Oh yeah, I want to.
All right, Cameron, perfect example.
Yeah,
has never been. Neither have I.
Yeah.
Well, why?
I honest, if I was a pastor, I'd be like, here's a men's retreat. We're gonna get a case of Yingling Light, and we're gonna sit out on the dock and not talk for a while. Done. 100
but
guys.
Here's the thing, though. I've heard of the men's retreats almost going south because, like, it is so like awkward and a little boring for like 90%, and then there's like an organized basketball game, and literally fights 100%. Are breaking out between the elders because they just have all this pent up aggression from how lame the men's retreat turned out, and they're just throwing bows down there.
Oh, dude, that is hilarious. We should make a video, and then like there's no like obviously there's no food because like no one knows how to cook or like prepare, or maybe like one guy knows how to grill, but then there's no plates. Like,
and
then the other thing too is like depending on like how progressive it is, there's maybe like one guy who wanted to know if it's cool if he brought beer, but he wasn't the guy that wanted to break it out, so he has it in his car, and he's like testing the waters the whole time. There's just like a lot of like touchy things with, or like the first guy in the men's retreat to say like a slightly off-color joke. He's like testing the waters because the other pastors are there. It's a lot of interesting dynamics happening there. The psychology of the men's retreat is very sophisticated.
Well, and there's two things to this. One, the guy that's doing that's like testing the waters is the guy with the like regionally androgynous Southern accent that just is sort of like the wild guy that you're like,
is he like
where did this guy come from? Is he kind
of the newer Christian, or is he one of those old guys? Because I remember playing poker with a very famous older Christian author once, and the entire time he was regaling us with incredibly blue jokes.
You're like,
and I'm going, I can't believe he's saying this.
You're like,
I thought you were. So is it like the old guy who doesn't care anymore at the retreat, or is it like the new guy who just started coming to the church?
I think it can be like playing poker with Philip Yancey, or I think it's also the guy that's like got quite a history.
It wasn't Philip Yancey.
Oh, it was Philip Yancey.
I wasn't surprised because I was like, I already knew that Tim Keller was like that. So.
But the other men's retreat, and this may be the most damaging, is the a ton of repressed emotion retreat, where all the guys were just looking for a place, and like the first song, they're crying and talking about parents and feelings, and their marriage is falling apart, and now it's like, oh, I see.
And then everybody's like, this is a John Acuff joke, not mine, but everybody's looking at, I wonder if it's porn.
Yeah. That's right. Oh, John Acuff is the best. He was at a Dave Ramsey conference. Rest in peace to that relationship. But, this was probably, 5 years ago. And I feel like I got the guts to like say lots of stuff on stage. And he was doing his thing like before Dave Ramsey or whatever. And he had that exact same thing. He said couples it should be acceptable for couples to go to counseling. Hey, we're going to counseling. Everybody thinks in the back of their mind, was it porn? Yeah, that's right.
I laugh at that. I was like, well done, dude.
Oh, John, he's so funny.
Another Instagram story that caught my attention a couple weeks ago was you had gone on this whole thing. You were in the car. You were even driving while you were doing these clips, and you were talking to girls. You were talking about the Instagram protocol of how you kind of stalk whether they're dating a guy or not, and and you're calling out the girls to just, can you let it be clear to us, like, post a picture or something that clearly says that the relationship has ended, or one that's clear, because we're clicking on the link to the guy and checking out his profile to see if you show up in his pictures, and I'm sitting there listening to this going, oh, he's completely right. I can't believe he's putting it out there like that. I mean, like, everybody does it.
So I'm somehow, that's the only reason that has like kept my like career like growing is because sometimes things are like across the line, but then I go, okay, well, am I inaccurate? And they're like, well, I mean, no. I'm like, okay, then. All right.
You're
then
just saying a thing that's true that everybody feels too embarrassed to say and being funny while
But I think it's funny, like, the public John Crist is the Christian culture kind of like, nostalgia. I'm going to call out that. Yeah. The Instagram story John Crist is single guy John Crist. And he's talking about
I'm on the struggle. That's like real life. You know what I'm saying?
I like the authenticity, man. I like it.
I like how like Instagram story is not public somehow. Like, I'm pretty sure that's public too, but
it's pretty public.
Yeah. Like in the inside scoop, I guess. Well, I've been doing that on Snapchat for forever, but I kind of just transitioned over to Instagram stories because they're way bigger.
Hey, moving the show along, it's time for our look back at what happened this week in culture and entertainment. It's time for In Case You Missed It. In case you missed it this week, Mark Zuckerberg said he wants Facebook to become like a church, which maybe they'll have men's retreats, like Facebook men's retreats. He spoke at a Facebook community summit and laid out an ambitious vision for his social networking platform. Essentially, he wants Facebook to be a place where people come together to establish real community, accomplish great things together, and let leaders emerge who can influence followers to impact culture and society. And he cited an interesting example, the church. Quote, he said, people who go to church are more likely to volunteer and give to charity, not just because they're religious, but because they're part of a community. He said he wants to give influencers a positive platform. Quote, a church doesn't just come together. It has a pastor who cares for the well-being of their congregation, make sure they have food and shelter. Leaders set the culture, inspire us, give us a safety net, and look out for us. Essentially, his vision is to get users plugged into communities curated by the Facebook algorithm to accomplish good together. Yeah. So he said, we started a project to see if we could get better at suggesting groups that will be meaningful to you. We started building artificial intelligence to do this, and it works. In the first 6 months, we helped 50% more people join meaningful communities. Earlier this year, Mark met with a group of pastors who are, quote, helping their congregations find deeper meaning in a changing world. And then he posted, he said that the meeting was enlightening. It helped me understand just how important community is and how we're all just looking for something we can trust. We may come from different backgrounds, but we all want to find purpose and authenticity in something bigger than ourselves. Mark Zuckerberg, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, it sounds terrifying, but also like Seems reasonable.
So basically, his vision is that the Facebook algorithm will replace pastors.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I think it'll replace teaching pastors or whatever pastor's job on staff it is to the guy that's
Well, it's the community group pastor.
You got a quota to figure out like community group activities, and you've used bowling 3 times this year. So start thinking outside the box.
What's going to be rough is that all of these like North Point plants where there's teaching pastors everywhere, they just the HR person sits them down and is like, hey, we're moving in a new direction with your job, and they just slide a MacBook Pro across the desk. And they're like,
but the HR person is like on video conference or not even there.
right. It is Facebook.
I would like to know the when Mark Zuckerberg sits down in the room, and then one guy stands up and he goes, "I'm a teaching pastor at so and so," and he goes, "So what?" Explain to me what the teaching pastor is. I would love to know that conversation.
Mark Zuckerberg goes, "What is it you say you do here?" Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because you preach 10 times a year, and realistically, it takes you 2 hours to write a sermon and 38 hours to procrastinate.
They only preach 10 times. It takes them way longer to write it. They're out of practice. So it takes them like a day and a half.
I was giving them out of practice, but yeah, I understand.
They can go to they can expense all these like trips for like inspiration for the sermon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The little cabin by the lake where they have to sit and write.
No, they go to the obligatory like Compassion International trip. They're the church representative on that trip and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're there. They're all over that.
Yeah. Hey, in case you missed it, Derek Carr signed the biggest contract in NFL history this week and said he wants to tithe and give much of it away. The Raiders quarterback signed a 5-year, $125 million contract, the highest ever. And during the press conference discussing the deal, he was asked what the first thing he was going to do with all the money was. Carr, who's an outspoken Christian, gave a pretty cool answer. Here's a clip.
First thing I'll do is I'll pay my tithe like I have since I was in college. Getting $700 on a scholarship check, that won't change. I'll do that.
Yeah, you will.
I'll probably give my wife something nice, even though she begs me not to. She still gets coupons. Ever since I've known her, she finds coupons. She gets online trying to find discounts and all those things, and none of that's going to change. The exciting thing for me,
that's fine.
Money-wise, honestly, is that this money's going to help a lot of people. I'm very thankful to have it, that it's in our hands, because it's going to help people not only in this country but in a lot of countries around the world, and that's what's exciting to me.
I'm just really excited about our private chef, who I feel like we can now give a raise to, and he's
Eddie, you're really throwing some shade there, man.
Oh, I think he's great, but also I don't think he realizes the money yet. Like, it's gonna change you. But I'm glad his wife searches for promo codes when she's checking out at Groupon or whatever. Like, that's awesome.
I want to thank Derek Carr for making you already okay. People like Derek Carr already make like normal people, like, take religion out of this. He makes normal people look like normal dudes look terrible anyway. Like, he's a professional athlete. He's good looking. Yeah. He's fit. He's charismatic. He's doing things that, like I said, spirituality aside. And now, not only is he better at playing football than everyone else on earth, at his position almost, he's a better Christian than people that are full-time like pastors and stuff. Like, he's just making us all look bad. So
I don't know.
My approach to him is pure resentment.
All I know is he said he started tithing in college. What about youth group? I mean, some of us gave in youth group too. That's man. True. I don't know.
It's church. Cameron, I was thinking, all right, so if the one thought that came to my mind is if he was tithing in college, then you're classifying that as income, which is now an NCAA violation.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Ooh, I think he spent 4 years living in sin, if you ask me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So now he's probably like, and also I'm pretty sure once you announce that you're tithing, then your reward has been seen on earth.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
That was kind of the real point I didn't want to say because I thought it was too mean, but that was a really good point, John.
And can I be honest? Like, if I'm planning a men's retreat and it's got to be like professional athletes, like this is men retreats. Derek Carr, Tim Tebow. Those dudes, they're not invited because I want guys who are distracting us from actual ministry time the whole time. I feel like those guys are going to dive right in.
They are invited, but he's part of the planning, and you're just like, okay, so who's going to be renting the 4-wheelers? Or should we all just
Derek? You want to cover that?
Should we all just get a 4-wheeler? Should that be like the going home gift? I don't know. Well, who could cover that?
I wonder if.
There's always.
the speaker at the men's event is always a sports guy or a military guy, right?
Absolutely. They're gonna be an alpha. You're not gonna get a guy like me up there that's just like, I don't know, I kind of wrestle with insecurity and I feel like I'm probably more of an artist than anything else. And
can I be honest? Like the other reason I don't like going to men's retreats is because I don't like getting yelled at and reprimanded for being like a class clown at the age of 34. For like 20 years ago at the youth retreat, it was fine. Now it just feels a little weird to have that military guy yell at me during his little sermon for making a few jokes or intentionally distracting people.
Yeah. The other part I don't like about men's retreat is that you always have to play sports as a part of it. Like
sports. Yep.
And I'm like, I can't do anything. Like I literally can't play any sport that's not like I can't be passable.
You play racquetball.
Yeah, but they're not gonna have a racquetball court at
now at the campground.
Yeah, like Broken Canoe Retreat Center. Like it's just like
that's a good point, because maybe like if in all the growth we've had as a society, church men's retreats are still like the let's cook meat and like chop down trees. Like that's kind of an antiquated idea of a man, is it not?
Because what about like 5 of us just gathering around in a circle and making jokes for 2 hours?
Yeah, because here's the thing. I get stressed out watching like Naked and Afraid and Survivor. If I'm going on a retreat, the point is to make me less stressed out. You know, like I don't want to be sleeping in places where I'm afraid of being attacked by something.
I think all 4 of us could say that as well. I don't know. I mean, for sure, me and Cameron. But isn't the most insecure you ever get is when like a group of men are talking about something manly, like fixing the truck or like starting a grill or like something, and you have no idea, but you're trying to overcompensate.
Hey, why'd you throw me into that? I know how to start a grill.
Man, come on.
Hey, Cameron, I know you can relate to this big time.
We've seen how skinny your jeans are, dude. Come on, man.
No, I can relate to it. I don't feel very manly in this situation.
Yeah, right?
Hey, in case you missed it, Making a Murderer's Brendan Dassey just won another massive legal fight. An appeals court has held up a ruling by a federal judge that effectively overturned his conviction in the sexual assault and murder of Teresa Halbach more than 10 years ago. He's been in prison for more than a decade. The new panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 7th Circuit agreed with a lower court judge who ruled last summer that prosecutors had coerced him into his videotape confession, which was played on the show, and he later recanted. The judges wrote, because of the cumulative effect of these coercive techniques, the leading, the fact-feeding, the false promises, the manipulation of his desire to please, the physical, fatherly assurances, as investigator Mark Weigert touched his knee, etc. No reasonable court could have any confidence that this was a voluntary confession. State officials in Wisconsin say they will once again appeal the decision, meaning that it's unclear if he'll be freed from prison.
That's what the speaker does at men's. It touches your knee, like, how's your marriage?
He's trying to get you to confess to the porn.
Oh yeah, and you're just weeping. You're just weeping.
You recant later to
how's your heart?
How's your heart?
I'll literally say anything to get your hand off my knee right now.
Yeah.
Hey, in case you missed it, this week Trevor Noah delivered a heartbreaking and powerful reaction to the Philando Castile verdict. The shooting drew international outrage after an officer was found not guilty in the shocking killing of Castile in front of his young daughter and his girlfriend. After being pulled over, he informed the officer that he was legally carrying a firearm. Seconds later, he was shot multiple times, even though a video showed him calmly complying with the officer's commands. Trevor Noah's commentary about police violence against black people in America, videotaped interactions with the police and the criminal justice system is powerful, poignant, and totally heartbreaking. Here's a clip.
It broke my heart into little pieces. Like, I thought of every joke people make about, the most confusing day in the hood is Father's Day. People don't know where their parents are. Black dads. That's a black dad that's gone. That's a child that grows up not knowing what it's like to have somebody in their life. Like, you watch that video, and you know what's the most painful thing is for years, people said that there's a simple solution to police shootings. Just give the police body cameras, film everything, then there'll be no question about what happened. Yeah. And black people have already taken that initiative, all right? Thanks to cell phones, every black person has a body cam now. Black people have been saying for years, just give us an indictment, just an indictment. You know what, just get us in front of a jury, just in front of a jury of our peers, of our fellow citizens. We'll show them the video, the evidence, and then they will see it and justice will be served. And black people finally get there. And it's like, wait, what? Nothing?
Jeez.
You hear the stories, but you watch that and forget race. Are we all watching the same video? The video where a law-abiding man followed the officer's instructions to the letter of the law and was killed regardless? People watched that video and then voted to acquit?
Man.
I'll say one thing about, I think his commentary on the shooting and is, speaks volumes. But one thing about Trevor Noah and The Daily Show in general is the more I watch Trevor Noah deliver these types of commentary where he's not even there's no effort to make a joke. Like The Daily Show is a comedy show, right? It's on Comedy Central. It's, satire. I feel like when Trevor Noah first took over from Jon Stewart, I didn't really like the show as much because I didn't think he's as funny, but I think he is at times more articulate and even smarter than Jon Stewart. I've read some of the things he's written. I've read some of his book. I've read other interviews. I think he's a brilliant guy, and I think eventually he's going to be like, like a cable news commentator that happens to have a past in comedy. But I don't think he's as funny as he is smart, but I do think he's a brilliant and articulator and a commentator.
The tough thing about what he was touching on, and a lot of that is so confusing about these verdicts that are happening, is a lot of people don't realize the law as it regards to these shootings is different than a normal shooting. What the law is for a police officer to get he wasn't, there's no question that the officer shot an innocent man. I mean, there's no question. Yeah. The video showed
the guy
that.
wasn't committing a crime.
Right.
Yeah.
But the reason why he wasn't convicted of murder is that the standard, the law for an officer to be convicted of murder is that there has to be proven an intent, a prior intent that the officer sought out that person to murder that person. Not did he shoot him.
So there has to be premeditation as a
premeditation is the law. So what we need to do as a society isn't we need to be outraged about this, but this is not to be outraged at the jury who gave that thing. They actually followed the law. We actually need to see the law changed.
Yeah.
It's the law that is actually at fault in this right now. And that's why it's happening all over the country, because they read the verdicts and read what they are actually doing. And the jury is actually abiding by what they're asked to do. And it is unfortunate. And there's no question that these officers are at fault and they're killing innocent people in these situations. And of course, this is a very minor sliver of law enforcement. I'm not indicting all law enforcement.
Yeah.
But the law itself actually needs to evolve. The law itself needs to evolve to account for these situations where there is no excuse for this murder. There is no excuse for him to be shot. And there needs to be some accountability for these situations. And the law doesn't provide that accountability right now, and it needs to change.
The other thing too is like de-escalation needs to be part of training, where this situation was escalated by, there was nothing to de-escalate. But if you watch it, the other thing that's so startling and shocking about this video, in addition to you're seeing an innocent man get shot to death in front of his daughter and girlfriend, is that the entire time he was acting calmly. His girlfriend, who witnessed the father of her child and her boyfriend getting shot multiple times and dying in front of her, remained composed throughout the entire... I mean, obviously she's devastated and upset, but she's saying, sir, she's saying, please help, get help. You shot him. Why did you do that? He was reacting. She's the one attempting to de-escalating. The officer, on the other hand, is, I just effed up. What the F did I do? My life is now effed. Like, he's the one who isn't composed. And he's the, there needs to be a training where things can be not just de-escalated, but not escalated in the first place if there's not a problem. That's, it's just a shocking, terrible thing, but it does illuminate problems that hopefully systemically there's a path to correction to.
John, do you have any jokes you'd like to make now?
You're like, Crist has gone oddly silent. Is he still
like,
well, let me just say that I've actually done a couple comedy shows with Trevor Noah, and he's the nicest guy in the world. You're always like, the guys that you think are cool on TV, you're like, man, I hope that guy is like, sometimes you meet the person that you love and he's like a jerk and you're like, dang it, man. I was hoping that guy's the most sincere and down to earth. Now, granted, that was like 5 years ago, so he might be the man now.
He still sounds pretty good.
Yeah, and I didn't mean, I wasn't like trying to throw shade about his like comedy, but I'm just saying like I think his strength is especially on television. Maybe it's different on stand up, but it's delivering this type of commentary more than it is like, because Jon Stewart's whole bit was like he would read some funny news things and basically make like a grimacing funny face. You know, like that was his punchline. But I feel like Trevor Noah is finding his lane, and it's not as like laugh out loud as it is like poignant.
To me though, you can't. This is apples and oranges. I think, especially the state we're in right now, we need Jon Stewart. I mean, I miss his 100%, calling out, just craziness. I think Trevor Noah is a different tone and a different lane, and that's fine. But I actually really miss John.
I like how somebody said, I don't know who it was, but you guys were praising Trevor Noah, and you're like, one day this guy is going to be a cable news correspondent. I was like, wow, dude, high aspirations.
Only good things ahead for him. Yeah.
All right, that'll do it for In Case You Missed It. Stay tuned. Up next, Slices. Listening to Neil Francis. The song is Back to What I Know. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Future Islands, one of my favorite bands, with North Star. Well, this week's Slices segment is brought to you by Graphic Stock. Graphic Stock has the largest unlimited download library of graphics, photos, vectors, and illustrations with more than 350,000 images and growing. Don't forget, the downloads are yours forever, even after your trial ends, and they are all 100% royalty free. This month, Graphic Stock is launching its latest collection, Creator to Creator, with more than 1,000 artistic and creative lifestyle images in their newest collection. They're featuring photos from creators just like you for your next project.
I don't think they meant me.
Well, you're a creator. You're a sensitive creator. I
am.
Yeah, there you go. We are giving away 7 days of Graphic Stock so you can try it out and explore this new collection for free. Go to graphicstock.com/relevantcreator to start downloading and get started today. That's Graphic Stock, GRAPH, for those of you who don't know how to spell.
What would they spell? Are they going to spell with an F?
I don't know.
I think that's natural selection. If you'd go to Graphic Stock with an F, you don't just forget about it.
Graphicstock.com/relevant-creator. Do I need to spell relevant? Probably. People get that one messed up. RELEVANT. Yeah. Creator. To sign up for 7 days and download whatever you want, including their new Creator to Creator collection.
All caps relevant.
Yes.
I do that even in emails where I'm not talking to one of you guys. Still all caps relevant.
I appreciate
Company
that.
man.
A little brand alignment. Hey, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
All right. So there was a recent poll conducted by the Washington Post and the Kaiser Foundation, and they have determined what percentage of Americans say grace before meals at least a few times a week. Okay. Mm-hmm. So a couple times a week, this percentage of Americans say grace. I want to go around and have guesses. John, starting with you. What do you think the percentage is?
Wait, should I qualify it, or you want me to just give you a number?
Number.
Number.
I don't believe this to be accurate, but I'm going to say the number is probably like 70.
You're qualifying it by saying people responded in a way that wasn't honest.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go, the honest answer is 2 to 4%.
Yeah, I'm going to go 20%.
Wow, none of you think guys
1 out of 5?
Close.
1 out of 5?
Somehow,
I think there's a healthy amount of lying.
In your mind, at a restaurant, you're looking around the room, you're seeing 1 out of 5 tables bowing their heads.
At least a couple times a week.
I
I observe this stuff. I see 1 out of 100 tables bow their heads.
I only go to Panera on Sunday, though.
Right. Oh, okay.
So I'm a little bit skewed.
They give you a discount. Panera on Sunday gives you a discount if you visibly hold hands and pray. That's what I
Panera walks around. They see the heads go down. They come and give you a little coupon code.
Yeah.
They walk around and give you a little voucher for your next visit.
You open your eyes, there's a bread bowl full of like cheddar soup, and you're like,
fish.
that's what I was praying for.
A bread bowl with like fish. Yeah.
Just somehow it actually, if you spend a certain percentage at Jason's Deli after church, they actually count that as part of a tithe. It's the whole thing my church has worked out.
Yeah, Derek Carr, a huge investor in Jason's Deli.
It's 48%. Almost half of all Americans still say grace between meals.
I don't believe that at all.
Well, see, dude, this is the problem with that survey, is because if you asked me, I'm gonna for sure lie.
Yeah, if it's a face-to-face thing.
And you're trying to put your best face forward. Hey, how often do you say grace? I'm for sure making that up.
Well, because the girls, that you're with, you want to like look super spiritual in front of them when the surveyor asks you, I bow my head.
Do you want to? All right, this I don't want to get too dicey here, but there's Republicans have a different number than Democrats. Okay,
of course.
So what percentage of So first off, who do you think is higher?
So you're saying 50-50, basically 48%. Okay, so then
of
but
the
you got to skew it.
Of the whole population. But
so
then
that's the median. So you got to squeeze the balloon. I'm going back to the Democrats, 2 to 4%. And then that means 98% of Republicans.
Yeah, every single Republican, or they're not a Republican, and they can get out of this country.
That's right.
I think 20% Democrats and then
every single Republican, or they're obviously not a real.
You're saying 20 to 80?
20 to 80. 20 Democrats, 80 Republicans.
Yeah.
John, what's your guess here, man?
Again, I'm so confused as to this survey. The first question, what is your political background? Second question, they're like, what?
What are you? I'm Republican. Do you pray before every meal? Yes. Is it a qualifier to?
Yeah,
I guess it depends on the order that they ask the question too.
Yeah. So what's the answer?
It's about a 60-40 split. 62% of Republicans, 43% of Democrats.
Wow.
I don't believe that 40% Democrats pray. There's no way.
Can I give you just a little?
I don't know what. Maybe they're saying maybe these liberals that are asked by the lamestream media, they're probably praying to some pagan god before meals.
That's what it is. Food.
But my other thing too with I think it depends on how frequently you eat out for the praying thing, because I know for me, I am not ashamed of my beliefs. I'm on a Christian podcast, but I don't want to make other people uncomfortable, and there's nothing to me more uncomfortable than when a waitress comes up to the table. Her hands are totally full. She can't look at the table because she's got all the drinks orders,
right.
Right. And because that's the first thing that comes out. The things that come out during prayer times are drinks. And you may be with some people that, elaborate drink orders. She's coming out hands full. She's not making eye contact. And she's like, okay, someone got the iced tea. Who wanted the diet? And she's doing, and she looks up and everyone is holding hands praying. There's one person glaring back up at her judgmentally. Can't you see we're praying here?
I promise you, what she's not thinking is, hey, I want to join that team.
Right. Yeah, I've just started T-bowing. I've started T-bowing on the table. I climb on the table, get to one knee, and I shout the prayer. I shout it.
Kind of like a Braveheart moment.
Yeah, and I say I want to break the sins of obesity and alcoholism in this town, and I glare at tables. I glare. I'm like, oh, really? The bloomin' onion? That's not. How is that not gluttony? And I cast them out. It's usually it's about a 25-minute thing.
And as the waiter is bringing a 1 gallon margarita with an upside down Corona in it to your table and sitting it in front of you.
I'll get to that when I'm done, please.
Yeah.
Put the Corona reader right there. I'm in the middle of something.
I gotta say, I like praying before dinner or before meals is just kind of the worst. And one of my kids, every time we're praying, I'll make eye contact with her, and you can tell we're both just sort of thinking this sucks, man. I'm so hungry. It's like a dog with a bone on your nose, just waiting. You're like, fine, let's get to it.
Praying.
Come on, get to it.
You can't hold the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Prudy for 30 more seconds, ma'am. I'm talking to God here. Okay. And I see someone a little stingy with the whipped cream too, so I'll pray for you as well.
Also, no tip.
Also, no tip.
Oh, also, yeah, you're definitely not getting a tip. So
I'm just saying, if you're gonna show like we're believers, and that's a good thing. You're proud.
Yeah, we'll support that. Yeah.
Please also tip well. That's all I'm saying. Hey, what do you have, Eddie?
Well, I want to just add a name to our hero file of people that I feel like just are incredible. This week, I want to add Carolina Williams from Brentwood, Tennessee.
Oh,
she
Brentwood,
recently
halfway between Nashville and Franklin.
Yeah,
driving down the
right in the
95
middle area there, and she is clearly very smart because she is applying to some very important Ivy League schools. One of which was Yale.
Oh.
Now, the acceptance rate into Yale is 6.4%. It is hard to get into Yale, as you can imagine, and you have to write like 10 essays to get into that place. And some of them are short, little like 200-word essays, but they kind of cover the range of academia and how do you think and how do you write, all that kind of stuff. She wrote one essay, and this essay got her into Yale. The essay was titled, in 200 words or fewer, Write About Something That You Love to Do, in which she wrote an absolutely beautiful 200-word essay on why she loves ordering Papa John's pizza every single week. The essay, of which I'm going to read you a little bit of, is absolutely...
it's only 200 words. You can read the whole thing.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, but it got her into Yale.
That's crazy.
Because the person that was reading it thought, well, it's so good, and it was so funny, and the person that was reading it said, I actually just ordered a pizza the moment I was done with it. To celebrate, of course, what did Carolina do? Ordered Papa John's pizza. And Papa John's heard about this. And I'm going to say, I think the Papa John's response was a bit stingy. They like sent her some coupons for free pizza.
What?
I know.
What?
I'm like, they should have done like...
Panera does that if you pray.
Yeah. For life, dude.
Right. They should have really done that like free pizza while you're in Yale. Just once a week, we're going to send you a pizza while in Yale. But
that's crazy.
You know, whatever. To each his own. But I would like to read you a bit of her essay. The sound of my doorbell starts off high. Then the pitch mellows out, and the whole effect mimics an instrumental interpretation of rain finally finding a steady pace at which to fall. I have spent several minutes analyzing its tone because I have had many opportunities to do so. As one thing I love to do is order pizza and have it delivered to my house. When the delivery person rings my doorbell, I instantly morph into one of Pavlov's dogs, salivating to the sound that signals the arrival of the cheesy singular glory. It smells like celebration, as I love to rejoice a happy occasion by calling Papa John's for my favorite food. She is applying to Yale. It tastes like comfort, since having pizza delivered to my quiet home is a way for me to unwind. It looks like self-sufficiency, because when I was younger, ordering pizza made me feel grown up, and it still provides that satisfaction for my child at heart. And she concludes, accepting those warm cardboard boxes at my front door is second nature to me. But I will always love ordering pizza because of the way 8 slices of something so ordinary are able to evoke feelings of independence, consolation, and joy. Carolina, congratulations on making it into Yale and for really breaking us all right now with your beautiful essay.
All right, what do you have, John?
I go back and forth on this. It's in Los Angeles, but I saw it in New York last time I was there in the newspaper that people are trying to get Columbus Day officially changed to Indigenous Peoples Day.
Ooh,
I'm down with that, right?
The only thing that angers me about this is that granted, there's a lot of white guilt involved in this.
Yeah.
But you know who's not waiting on a holiday to celebrate? Indigenous people. They're not like, come on, why can't we legalize a holiday? We need to party. Like, it's the same thing with the Redskins, that they had this the Indian mascot for forever, and everybody's like incensed about how they need to change their mascot to something less offensive to the Indian community. And I saw the tracker on ESPN the other day, and it said in a survey of all Indian people and nations or whatever, it turns out that 0.03% of Indians have a problem with the Redskins logo. Like the same, like white people think that they're trying to stand up for somebody by like this doing this noble thing, but the person that we think are harming are like, Yeah, we got like.
You also may have brought the first slice that none of us will comment on. We're like, yes, John, who said that interesting slice.
I'm literally thinking, what would propaganda say to John right now?
Interesting person who is a comedian that doesn't necessarily speak for relevant. Tell me more.
But I think like there is something to be said, even like with like like churches that'll focus on like small little things and not like address like big glaring needs. Like, if people want to like change the name of like a holiday or do, like have more culturally sensitive, like, mascots or things like that. Like, it's like it has to be paired too with like actually reaching out to communities to do real things that, affect issues that are affecting people's lives.
But I do have to be honest, like in the past 5 years or whatever, I have increasingly gotten aware of how odd it is that we have a Columbus Day. Number one, he didn't discover a number of the things, history's not proven. He didn't actually discover a lot of things that the folklore says he did. And two, he really did actually usher in, and those efforts ushered in a lot of the wiping out of indigenous people. And it was really a horrible, horrible thing. And yet we're like celebrating it. So
100% agree. So, hey, you want to just do like, hey, John, what do you have? And I'll just say nothing. You want to do that?
This is more an Instagram story material.
John, that was a fun moment to watch. Here's what you didn't see, John, is you're like really like into giving your presentation. There's sort of like eye contact moving around. We're like, how do we
I'm literally thinking, what would propaganda say right now? Let me try to like channel him so I can give a counterpoint.
I do like, though, I think that to your point, Cameron, like here in Orlando, there was recently a Confederate statue removed.
The weirdest thing in Orlando is we have this big lake in the middle of our city. It's where we do July 4th. There's a band shell. There's farmers markets every weekend. It's a big park.
Yeah.
And you're walking around Orlando, Florida. There's statues or there's like art sculptures and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's this random memorial to a Confederate soldier.
Yeah,
we weren't even in the Confederacy. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know what? Maybe we don't have to hear from everybody that's offended before we just go ahead and
we just need to go ahead. Let's go ahead and
let's do the right thing. We'll just, you know what? Yeah. We'll lose this.
They took it down. They moved it over to a graveyard.
Let's put up a nice swan or something. Just a lovely.
Who is protesting that? Who's like the conservative? Leave them up.
Literally nobody. It was the funniest thing. The city council kind of had a meeting. Somebody brought it up and it unanimously passed. And 2 weeks later, it's down. Like
people are like, that's still up?
Yeah, that's what the reaction was.
But that day, there were people out there with like Confederate flags, waving it and saying, keep it up. And
those aren't exactly the sort of people that go to city council meetings and know how government works.
No, not at all. But it was still crazy.
Most of those people are operating off the grid.
They just didn't hear about it. They're off the grid.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So there's just some certain things, what you're saying, certain things that we should just do because society is in a different place
let's just not call them the Redskins anymore. Like maybe a lot of people aren't upset about it. Maybe 8% are. Let's just change them.
But there's a right and there's a wrong, and let's just go ahead and do the right thing.
Anyways, I'm glad this is my last time on the podcast.
Yeah, this has been, and that's been 5 white guys talking about very sensitive racial issues.
That'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Cold War Kids. You're listening to Anna of the North. The song is Someone. This week's feature interview is brought to you by ZipRecruiter. Hey, do you own a company or work at one where they are hiring? If you're hiring, do you know where to post your job to find the best candidates? Finding great talent can be tough, I can tell you from personal experience. Thankfully, with ZipRecruiter, you can post your job to 100 plus job sites with just one click. Their powerful technology efficiently matches the right people to your job better than anyone else. That's why ZipRecruiter is different. Unlike other job sites, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you, it finds them. In fact, over 80% of jobs posted on ZipRecruiter gets a qualified candidate in just 24 hours. No more juggling emails or calls to your office. You can look at all the applicants and screen them and rate them and manage the candidates all in one place in their easy-to-use dashboard. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by businesses of all sizes, including our own, to find the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. Right now, Relevant Podcast listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/relevant. That's ZipRecruiter.com/relevant. One more time. To try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/relevant.
RELEVANT.
Right, that's right. Hey, this next guest is actually in the new issue of Relevant, which is coming out this week. Now, normally, if you've been listening to the show for the last few years, we do a new issue preview segment. And instead of doing that this week, because we had to do indie band or Fireworks. Because of that, we didn't have time to do a new issue preview. So I just want to take a second to tell you about the new issue of Relevant as I intro our next guest. Lecrae is on the cover. Now, if you get the magazine, you know that just under 2 years ago, Lecrae was on our cover to opening up about his life story and stuff. What is different about this piece is what's happened to him since then. He's been speaking out, kind of putting his neck out there, standing up for justice issues and activism, and has had an unbelievable backlash because of that. He opens up about that. We talk about his new major label album that's coming out this summer. Already the singles are hitting the top of the charts. It's an exciting time for Lecrae, but it's also a weird time. I mean, the fan base that he established for a decade is kind of turning his back on him, and his faith has evolved, and he's in a new territory now, and it's a really compelling interview. You won't want to miss it. Also in the issue, we got Alt J. They have an amazing album out now. We have we have an article looking at how to avoid church burnout. We talk about climate change. It's summer. It's hot. Global warming is in the news with Paris and all that. We talk about it from a Christian perspective and how we should engage that. Also on a worldview issue, we talk about augmented reality, which was a big part of the Apple talks and the new development stuff and where technology is going. And we look at that from a kind of a is this the future that we actually really want, or are we really looking at the moral and ethical implications of all this? We talked to Eugene Peterson, which is an amazing piece. We look at the generational divide. We talked to Tony Hale, the Veep star. Veep is just wrapping up, and obviously Arrested Development. We have our summer loving guide. That was for Chandler. And and a lot more. You don't want to miss it. It's out now. If you go over to relevantmagazine.com, you can see the entire issue. You can also subscribe there. It's the third issue of our redesign, which is bigger paper, thicker paper. We think you'll like it. Substantial content, and obviously the front matter and stuff is always compelling and fresh. I hope you like it. Go check it out. relevantmagazine.com. The new issue of Relevant, the July issue featuring Lecrae on the cover, is out now. Also in the issue is our next guest, Cold War Kids. If you remember, we covered them back when they were first coming up, maybe in 2010 or so, and they really broke through in the kind of indie rock scene. And then, when I heard they had a new album coming out, I got to be honest with you, I kind of thought, been there, done that. And then I listened to it. Man, it's a good album. Yeah. It's fresh, it's new, and Cold War Kids is back. Good for them. So we talked to them. These guys are believers, and it's really cool to connect with artists that have something more to talk about than just their new album, but there's something behind it. It's a great piece in the new issue of Relevant, but it was a 45-minute conversation. So what you're about to hear is something that doesn't appear in the magazine. Without any further ado, here is Cold War Kids.
You know my mistakes. That is mystical. That will break the chains. You might feel invincible. You might be afraid. Light and darkness will show you the way. Give you the power to believe again.
Tell me a little bit about where the title came from.
I always like to kind of let a little stream of consciousness do the work, and it came from a song that didn't end up making the record, but there's a line that said Los Angeles is divine and music is worship, and I was, as I often do, was showing Mosk some ideas, and he said, what if I love that title, LA Divine, and we've always kind of ended up doing like a 3-word title thing for everything, and so I think it just fit, and then everything in the way that you just kind of wait and see how things coalesce around it, and that became the kind of core of everything. And, I think there's sort of always been a lot of geography in Cold War Kids, and I think, that sense of place, having grown up in Southern California and having, in all different, many different parts of it, and also having, spent the last 10 years touring all over the place. I think there's I think we just have a unique relationship to LA, and LA itself is something, very different, very recently than it's been before. And, it just became like a real intriguing concept for me.
When you were crafting the narrative for the record, how true to you was the narrative, in terms of autobiographical, or is it something that was more kind of a story that was more metaphorical? And if so, did you want it to have a happy ending, or did you even know where the ending was going when you first started putting it together?
I don't know. I guess I just want it to be true. When I think about what it means to be, for example, a musician and to be in a committed relationship, I think one mistake a lot of people make is that I wanted to, especially in Can't We Hang On and So Tied Up, and those songs, I think they show, and really again Part of the Night, maybe it's, I don't know which one, I guess it says it the most outright, but I think there's something Part of the Night is the idea that it's you have a secret bond that kind of transcends time and place. And actually the song Restless probably is maybe the best example of it. It's to be chasing something that, that you creatively is fulfilling for you, or whatever you... And also, I think people often think about relationships as something that you have to settle, and it's kind of either your dream or the settling.
Yeah.
And I think the idea of having it both, and dealing with all those sacrifices and all the absolute messiness and vulnerability. I don't know. I guess unorthodox kind of way that you stay together is to me everything that's interesting, And I always think I'm not that interested in a love song about someone who just met someone else, or a one night stand, or new love is I think people are so bored of it. I think from Tinder to every magazine cover and everywhere you look, I think people are, regardless of where they're coming from, are always more interested in something what happens when you get past all that. And I think as a culture we're struggling with not wanting to sacrifice enough to get to that place, but also really, really wanting deep intimacy and everything that comes with that, and how to get there. And so I think that was on my mind somewhat too, just wanting to, in the context of a rock record and a pop record and all those things, it's not sheer poetry and it's not Leonard Cohen, but I do want there to be, some of those complexities of a deeper side of a relationship that's not represented as much, on the radio or in popular music. Yeah.
In the past, I know there have been hints of faith or spirituality at different points in songs. Did that play into any of the songwriting process at all for you this time around?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it always does. It always has. It's a huge part of where my head's at, I think. And yeah, I discovered a writer, Richard Rohr. He was one of those people that I read, and I just the whole time was thinking, I can't believe no one ever told me about this guy after all these years. And so I think that he I mean, you're familiar with him?
Yeah, for sure. We actually interviewed him probably 2 issues ago, I think.
Wow, that's great. I need to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that book, book called Falling Upward, had a huge impact, and another book that was Breathing Underwater about like kind of the 12-step program. And I think, as you know, thinking about his work, like it's so broad and so, there's so much psychology and philosophy and spirituality and religion and so many things happening. But, those are all the things I've always been interested in. And of course, like, I guess that's the beauty of any weird, turn on the most kind of generic pop station and you will like find a lot of like, philosophy and psychology and literature in it, and I guess that's what keeps us coming back to it. And so I guess, there's the Leonard Cohen on the one side and there's the kind of pop radio on the other. And it's, I guess in a way, I want to look to things like, how do I take some of these like Richard Rohr depths, or like in this case of LA Divine, like the writer John Fonte, like, Ask the Dust and Dreams of Bunker Hill and like his LA stories that are, 100 years old, but are very much the same kind of, LA writer, a writer in LA who's struggling with doubt and struggling with making and struggling with how to be profound and struggling with vanity and the highs and lows that come with like finding God and losing him, and just like all that stuff is in there.
You want something more.
That was Cold War Kids. Stay tuned. Up next, indie rock band or Firework.
'Cause you are my lonely star, and I'm your wishing girl. 'Cause you
You're listening to Lola Marsh. The song is Wishing Girl, which was Eddie's nickname in high school. All right, it is time for our annual game, indie rock band or Firework. Oh man, we're playing the classic jingle that Chad made. Chad had a lot of strengths. Jingle making maybe wasn't one of them. That was just.
And I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say that an indie rock band, to hear that level of distortion, would make them throw up. I think.
Yeah, exactly. He picked the worst indie rock band ever.
Yeah, a banjo or something, dude. Not a.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I think Fleet Fox is more. Okay, Jesse, you want to give the rules, the ground rules for the game?
And Jesse, I got to tell you, I'm already so in the zone. I'm not even going to be able to hear these rules. Like I'm just seeing zeros and ones right now.
Okay, well, this is for the benefit of the listeners and for John, who has not played before.
This is an audio
John is going to be playing Eddie.
You need to know what Eddie's looking like right now. His brow is sweating profusely.
Yep.
He is beet red and he's staring intently forward at nothing in particular.
Yeah, my pupils are fully dilated.
It's weird.
I don't even blink.
I don't know what's happening, but his hair is starting to stand on end.
Yeah, and I only have a little tiny bit of it.
So each year, John, we do this game. I think this is probably 5 or 6 years running, where I read off a name, and the rules are very simple. You have to guess whether what I said is the name of a firework that you can actually buy online right now.
Are you saying you can buy them online, or you just see them on the manufacturer's website?
Yeah, because that changes things.
Because buying online, like you're talking about interstate commerce available fireworks.
These are ones that I don't know if they're coming from China. I didn't look. I didn't ask.
On the dark
web.
That's true. Dark.
Yeah, like I said, I'm
this
on
is an
the
actual
dark web. I buy a lot.
The point being that this is a verifiable actual product.
Exactly. Yeah. These aren't ones I just made up, and these are all actual band names. So how it works is you get a name, you got to tell me indie rock band or Firework what you think it is.
Isn't it band or album name?
Yeah. Or so it can be the band, or it can also be an album name.
All right.
Okay.
I'll be the scorekeeper.
Real quick, is there do you still have the works cited page? Is there links, or are we just trusting you on this?
You can try. I will say I will leave links to where I found all these on the podcast. If you don't believe me,
check the
I'll
podcast
leave links.
episode
People,
page.
these are verifiable because some of these people, like I remember one year, one of the fireworks was called Grounds for Divorce, and I was like, that would be an awesome indie rock band name. But it was also Sweet Fireworks, which I bought on the dark web. So if you want to buy these, I'll leave a link to where I found them.
There you go.
Right, there you go.
And I'll be the scorekeeper. All right. Who should go first? I think the new guy should go first.
John,
All right,
please.
John's up first. Take it away, Jesse.
All right, John. The first selection is Thunder Dreamer. Is Thunder
Rock band,
Dreamer a
no
band
question, rock
or?
band.
Oh,
You said band?
yeah.
Yep.
You are correct.
Thunder Dreamer.
Round one goes to John.
There you go.
Thunder Dreamer. All right, Eddie. Bump Bear. Bump Bear.
Bump Bear. Interesting. Everything in me says band, but I'm going to go Firework because I feel like I got a word from the Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a ball game. You are correct.
I really trickled out on Lord there because I was uncommittal to the joke.
Lorde. It was the musician you're referring to.
Yeah. We got a ball game.
A word from the Lord.
Yeah.
All right, John. Backyard Perfection.
Come on, man.
Backyard
That's
Perfection.
got to be a firework.
No.
You are
What?
correct, sir. That is a firework.
It's a firework.
Just trying to get in your head.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
trying to get in your head.
That'd be a good rap album name.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Backyard Perfection. Okay, Eddie. Piranha Panic. Piranha Panic.
Indie rock band. One of my
That
favorites.
is a firework. You have lost your touch, my friend.
Oh man,
This is uncool.
I feel like this is gonna be like I feel like you're trying to trick us. Like one of them's gonna be like literally take a match and light a wick and send this thing up in the air for it to explode. It's a band.
Yeah. It's Lena Dunham's boyfriend's new band.
All right. So the score is John Crist 2, Eddie Koffel's 1.
All right. It's gonna heat. It's gonna heat up here. John. The fifth state of consciousness.
Come on, that's a band would never have something that like they would have it more ironic than that. It was like that. I could see that being like a metal band, but for sure not an indie band. That's a firework.
That is the album by Peaking Lights, an indie rock band.
Oh man, I was so confident.
I told you guys, it's getting tough here. All right, Eddie. Night Jewel. Night Jewel.
That's actually my high school nickname.
It's tricky, but I'm going to go with, it feels like the obvious answer is Firework, but I feel like you're being tricky because you're pretty clever at this game.
That's what I'm saying.
So, what's your guess?
I'm just staring at you. I can see you in the Skype line.
He's trying to do poker. He's trying to read you.
Indie rock band, Jesse Carey.
It is an indie rock band. Did you say that?
Oh,
hey, it's
man.
weird that you said you were trying to read my poker face because the next one for John is Poker Face.
Weird.
Oh, and I can't see you, so this is unfair.
He's got us kind of a dumb smirk like he does the whole show. It's kind of a solid look for him.
Oh man, okay. Poker Face is a firework.
You are correct. Eddie,
Yes.
John is beating you, I think, right now.
3-2, but you can tie it up right here.
Yeah, I'm not worried. This next one's worth 10. Keep going.
Loud Cloud.
Hold on. I'm gonna try to convince you with what I think it is to help sway your
Loud
answer.
Cloud.
Loud Cloud. John,
Loud.
go ahead. Because I already
Think
know the
about-
answer, but I'd love to hear what you have to say.
I know what you're thinking. Loud cloud. That's going to be explosion in the sky. So you're thinking that has to be a firework. But think about the questioning. It's ironic. So he's going to try to switch it the other way, but then he's going to try to reverse jinx you back.
Yeah.
He's doing a double, so
Yeah.
that's for sure
It's
a firework.
It's a double reverse.
But you also got to think if I'm trying to jinx you too.
There's a lot of deep psychology, gamesmanship going on right now. This
Okay.
is
I feel like I'm at a men's retreat.
This is
You
Bill
guys-
Belichick jacking up the injury report is what is happening.
My Barnabas just texted me, and he assured me that it is a firework.
Loud Cloud is, in fact, a firework.
Oh man.
Barnabas never lies to
Tie
me.
game 3-3. Wow.
Now, John, you get this one
Okay,
wrong.
how about this, John?
Yeah.
Look blue, go purple.
Say it again. Say it again.
Look blue, go purple.
Could you use it in a sentence?
Is Look Blue, Go Purple an indie rock band or a Firework? That's your sentence.
While at the South Carolina line, I bought a case of Look Blue, but Go Purples.
Or, hey, did you check out the new Look Blue, Go Purple album?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's blowing up. Oh, that would work too.
Yeah.
Either way.
Look Blue, Go
The
Purple
new
is
Look
blowing
Blue,
up.
Go Purple is blowing up. That's your sentence.
Say it again.
Look Blue.
Look Blue, Go Purple.
Oh, man, that's got to be a Firework.
That is an indie rock band.
It is all tied up, John.
No. He's up. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It is still 3-3, but now you can take
This
the lead
is my
right now.
sole moment of competition a year. I bail out of all of the men's retreat stuff. I don't play basketball, flag football.
No badminton.
This is it.
Okay, all right, Eddie. Sharks.
Oh, please. That's
Now, I have
impossible.
a question.
I want to.
Are both, is both an appropriate answer?
No.
No,
It's either
there's
or.
no trick ones this year.
Because I can't believe that there's not an indie rock band called Sharks and that there's not also a firework called Sharks.
I want to light off the firework called Sharks. That would be awesome.
It sounds like a cool fight, but I'd also listen to a band called Sharks. I'm gonna be honest there too.
Which I believe it is. I believe it is a band called Sharks. I think you were being
It's a
tough.
firework. You know nothing.
You know
Wow.
you know nothing.
We're still tied.
All right, John. It's okay. Grapes over vineyard. Grapes over vineyard.
Oh, that's an
Okay,
easy
a
one.
I feel like, first of all, I'm trying to channel the life that a firework namer would have.
Absolutely right.
Like, who's in charge of naming things? And this guy, first of all, if he does drink, it's not wine. It's for sure Coors Light.
No, it's moonshine.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to go with that's an indie band.
That is a firework.
Yeah, it
I
has
am
to be.
sorry.
Right. Because an indie band, it would have been Grapes over a vineyard. Just Grapes over Vineyard, I believe, was
punctuation
dropping. Yeah, that was a problem.
All right, we're gonna do. Let's do 2 more each. Or I don't care how many we do.
No.
10 more
You got to
each.
give Eddie a matching round.
Okay, and then we'll move. Well, then we'll move
And then
to
we'll go to
like
bonus
the
round.
deciders. Okay,
This is unfair.
tiny,
You're going
tiny
to give
vipers.
Eddie like Bottle Rocket. Like, oh,
Because right now it's 3-3, and you could close out the first round with the lead if you get this.
Here we go.
And
All
this
right,
last two.
Eddie. Tiny vipers.
Ooh, tiny vipers.
Is it Tiny Viper or Tiny Vipers?
Plural. Vipers. Tiny vipers.
Ooh, I want that to be a band, but I feel like that's also a pretty rad firework.
I think
name.
it's one of those black pellets that you light it and it just kind of grows into a snake slowly, and it's super disappointing because you buy it at the supermarket.
Dude, I'm gonna go with that. I'm swayed. I think it is a firework.
That's an indie rock band,
Dude, we are terrible at this.
Yeah. Okay, you guys
all right,
both
John.
got 3 and missed 3, so it is tie right now.
We're doing great.
So what?
John. Abysmal thoughts. Abysmal thoughts.
What was that game I nailed last time? Like a Left Behind book or something like that?
Yeah.
All the Christian nostalgia stuff.
Abysmal
Yeah.
thoughts.
We found your weak spot, which is dark web fireworks.
Abysmal Thoughts is actually the name of John Crist's Instagram stories.
Abysmal. Your Barnabas just puts his hand on your knee and just says abysmal thoughts.
Hey man, I
Starts
just posted and it's just dark. Abysmal thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be.
That's gotta be a dude. This is too hard.
Because if you think about it, you want it to be a band because it feels like it's a band, of course.
Yeah.
But then
No,
you're
hey,
like,
stop talking. Get out of my head.
but then you're like, it's a little too on the nose for a band, and it probably is just sort of like
I love it's like a clever firework namer trying to be like clever.
But he's not.
like-
But it's not a good name. But it's just like, well, I guess those are words.
It's like the firework namer is like he's like getting older and he's kind of passed it down to his son, but he's not ready to take over yet. But he's starting. He starts to try.
But the son has the
So abysmal is like a big word for him.
The son has the word of the day screensaver on his Mac, and it's like abysmal.
Oh yeah,
He's like, I'm taking this company in a new direction.
I know. Like guys who love fireworks, they have abysmal thoughts. That'd be cool. Let's do that. Yeah.
Abysmal thoughts.
Pretty clear that
I'm
it's
gonna
a
go
firework.
with I'm gonna go with band.
Too bad.
You're right. It's an album by a band called The Drums. So you're totally right there in the indie rock category. Hey, so what's the score right now, Cameron?
Right now, because John's gone one more time than Eddie, it's 4-3. They've both.
So if Eddie gets this wrong, John gets the game. So we're gonna do this one and then one more. Yeah. So you can't walk this off quite yet. Yeah. Okay. It's a boy. It's a boy.
It's a boy.
It's a boy. Firework.
Nailed it.
It's a blue firework. All right, we're tied. Last round. Here we go.
All right, John.
Is this one question for the whole thing?
It's sudden death.
Oh, this is just like when that one guy was about to, like the sports, you were talking about it earlier.
Yeah. All right, ready? Phaser days. 1, 2,
Hold on. No.
3.
We get to think first.
Well, hold on. So is it going to be 1, 2, 3? Say it.
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2. Okay.
I'm ready.
So you get a time. All right, your deliberations.
Phaser days.
I'm ready.
Wait, is it with a? Is it?
It's all one word too.
Is it FAZE space R space DAZY?
Or is it phase her?
It's graphic with a PH.
It's all one word. FAZERDAZE. Phaser days.
There you go.
Phaser days. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay,
so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Say it.
Indie rock band.
They both said band.
All right, what's the best?
You are both correct.
Okay. Next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one this only just got to go. We can't do all the deliberation.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
You got to get a little deliberation. A little bit.
Terrible night.
I'm ready.
Terrible night.
You ready?
Okay.
You're both ready?
I'm ready.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Say it.
Firework.
Oh, we got a difference.
Okay,
Firework
here
and
we
band. Okay.
Firework or band? What is it?
Drum roll, please. Terrible night.
And the champion
is a firework.
Yes! Oh, man, I just barely kept the crown.
Terrible night as a firework.
Yeah, that was not a good year for me.
I don't want to know what caused them to name it that. What happened?
Oh,
but
that was just a journal entry.
The firework engineer, I read the backstory. It's pretty tragic. He died.
Okay.
the UPS driver was never the same again.
Yeah. In case you're wondering, the rest of the fireworks were absolute evil, dark matter, moody blue, deadly ground, Excalibur, Purple Storm, Fire Her Up, and Living Dead. The bands I had left were Croatian Army, Moon Duo, Tiger's Jaw, Dream Car, Pale Hound, Slow Dancer, Of the Dark Light, Precious Ark, and So You Want to Be an Outlaw.
I literally would have bet that you got your list backwards. Like those all sounded like fireworks. That's
an impossible game.
That's amazing. All right, well, that'll do it for this year's episode or edition of Indie Rock Band or Firework. Worst jingle ever.
I would also like to say that people on Twitter may point out that I think I lost one of those years, but they are incorrect and there is no proof. So continue on.
There's no archives on the internet to go back and check.
Even the archives have been tampered. Believe me, there is no tape.
All right, stay tuned. Up next, your feedback.
I got to tell you, I need you, girl, I love you, I want you, I got to tell you, I love you, till I'm going through.
Looking for resources for a deeply formed spiritual life? Fuller Studio offers podcasts, videos, stories, and more curated from the scholarship of Fuller Seminary's world-class faculty. Listen as President Mark Laverton reflects on wisdom with radio host Krista Tippett. Watch director Martin Scorsese discuss his Christian faith with Professor Cutter Calloway. Read rich reflections on evangelical interfaith dialogue. All this and more available to use freely for any purpose. Explore now at fuller.edu/studio. That's fuller.edu/studio.
Who or what I'm supposed to be. I'm not entranced by your.
You're listening to Bros, I think. It's BROS, all capital.
That's about right.
Or it could be Bros.
Bros.
It might be Norwegian. The song is Tell Me. Tell me what your name is, how you say your name. Tell me how you say your name. Okay, it's time for your feedback. I wasn't part of last week's show, and I refused to listen to it, so I don't even know what y'all's question was. It says the question was, what are your best ideas for improving Shark Week? Oh, you went on a Shark Week rant? Oh, I'm glad I missed that one.
Yeah, you didn't miss it.
Hey, Michael Phelps, because I had big news, and in case you missed it, Michael Phelps announced he's racing a shark. on Shark Week. And we proposed that he was probably going to tap into the Naked and Afraid audience, and both the Shark and Michael Phelps will be conducting the race in the nude.
Oh my
to heighten the whole thing. So.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So what are your best ideas for improving Shark Week? You guys hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. You also posted on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. Here are a few of our favorites.
Okay, Trenton said if Michael Phelps loses to the Shark, they should make the Shark race Usain Bolt on land just to put the Shark in its place.
Listen, speaking of sharks and land, and when we were in Jamaica, we went to this thing. We went to I would venture to say was a highly unregulated sea park, or like a Sea World in Jamaica.
Those are my favorite.
Highly unregulated. It's called Dolphin Cove, and the things that they were making the dolphins do, I didn't agree with, and we didn't participate. But there was this one thing that came with our package. We could kayak, we did little things like that, but then they're like, oh, also you can hold a shark. And we looked over, and there was this little area where there's these two workers, and you could get in the water, and they kind of like handed you this limp 5-foot shark. It was like one of those bottom feeder sharks with kind of looks like a suckerfish kind of. Yeah. And like you would hold this 80-pound thing and they take a picture of you. Like they bring it out of the water. Like they would, you were in the water like waist deep.
It's suffocating while you're getting yourself in.
And then I was looking when there wasn't a line, because there wasn't really a line, and the workers had to sit there in the water and hold the sharks. Like they just had to hold them so they didn't swim away. So if somebody wanted to come up and hold it, I'm going, there's no way that this is nice to the sharks. But anyway, they would bring the sharks out of the water and you could get your picture with it.
Well, I brought this up last week but you just gave me a new idea that, for a couple of years, Shark Week was all about shows where people would go down and punch sharks in the face. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Just to kind of show hey, if you ever, they acted like it was educational. Hey, if you're ever attacked by a shark, just punch it in the face to show you it works. We're going to put this guy down there and he's just going to wail in on these things.
See what happens.
Could you imagine if they did that to any other wildlife, if they just went out there and there's a baby gazelle and it's okay, we're going to see what happens when we punch it in the face. Oh, guess what? It repelled it. What did you think was going to happen? You went into its habitat, walked up to it, and punched it in the face.
Listen, I think if you walked up to a lion and punched it in the face, you're done.
But what I'm saying is, if you want to make your Caribbean experience cool, you drug some great whites where they're too sedated, which I'm assuming those sharks were that you were holding.
Though they were laying there kind of limp, they looked heavily sedated. I don't know how you sedate a shark.
I want to box a sedated great white on vacation. That's what I want to do. I want to go into his waters and just box him. And obviously he's heavily drugged, so nothing will happen. But I think it'd be a ball.
Two things. One, this is basically what you missed last week.
Oh, okay.
Just a lot of that.
Okay.
Second thing, I want to say something really honest about feedback here.
Okay.
I just read all the feedback, and we have the best listeners, and we old friends on that feedback.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to read.
Okay, gotcha. We're good.
I will say the Corbin, who said Shark Week needs a rodeo, and you get some cowboys strapped on the back of a great white. There's no scientific value in that, but I would, if that was on TV, there is no way I would not watch it.
There you go. Okay, well, that'll do it for last week's feedback.
I'm just
moving on.
Moment of honesty.
Little palate cleanser now.
We're good.
Moving
Let's
the show
move on.
forward. All right. Okay, it's time for this week's
editorial question of the week.
First of all, we offline we deliberate, and a little behind the scenes action here. One of the primary questions of the week that people were advocating for, I won't name who, was what's your white guilt holiday recommendations?
Yeah.
I thought we were going to pass on that one.
Yeah, because we love Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We don't want it wrecked.
That's all. Wreck Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. We were thinking back about the old church men's retreat.
Oh, yes.
So we want to know from you ways to improve.
A mighty fortress. That's how they sing. It's always down an octave.
Oh, that's right.
Right, because they finally don't have to key it up for the mid-range voice. They're just...
again, and I know I said this before, but the most annoying thing about growing up in the evangelical church, where they used to do the thing where they would be the worship leader would be okay, guys follow him, women follow us. The guys would intentionally, when it was the whole church is singing all love, all power, more of you. And
that song
so then
rules,
it's like,
dude.
now it's like, okay, all the guys, and they're like, more love, more power. And then we're like, more of you. Like, they're not trying, they're just saying normally, but every guy's like looking down the row, like, it's just us guys, you know that, right?
You got to carry it.
Love.
Do it. Don't do the low key, even if you're a tenor. Push yourself yourself deep.
Yeah.
Every guy in the row is judging you. You don't want to, because if there's one voice out there in the congregation during the men's part that's like, more love, everyone's looking around, who's that? Who's showing us up right now? Like,
right. And the one guy like me who's just dropping like a little high third harmony on top of it. It's like, you get out of here. You save it. You save it.
All right, so we want to know your ideas for improving or maybe reinventing the church men's retreat. What would make it more epic, and what would make you want to go? Maybe.
And I got to say, there's like half of the listeners have been like, "Well, I'm a woman."
Right.
Still, I feel like you could help us.
Maybe we need fresh eyes.
I think the problem is we have been solely thinking of the ideas, and we don't get much past like running around and eating meat. So, would love.
All right, so hit us up on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com, or you can tweet us at Relevant Podcast and let us know epic ways to improve the church men's retreat. Many thanks to this episode's sponsors for making the show possible. Remember, you can go to graphicstock.com/relevant creator to start downloading and get started today. They'll do a 7-day free trial. You can download whatever you want at graphicstock.com/relevant creator. And also ZipRecruiter. You can go to ZipRecruiter.com/relevant to post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. Also, thanks to our guests, Cold War Kids, for joining us. You can follow them on Twitter at Cold War Kids, and their new album is LA Divine. If you Google LA Divine, you're going to get John Crist GeoCities page from 1997.
And it's actually pretty disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
Like, this is way before John had figured out his brand, and it is...
now I just kind of stick in one lane.
Yeah, but it was a real problem.
Hey, the new issue of Relevant is out now. It's our July-August issue. Lecrae's on the cover. It's a hard-hitting a conversation with him about the pushback he's been getting around his activism. It's about, and also he talks about his new album. Every single he releases is hitting the top of the charts. We're all excited about it. Tony Hale's in the new issue. Cold War Kids, like we mentioned. Alt J. We look at this a great piece on augmented reality. We tackle climate change and what that means for Christians.
Is it Eugene Peterson?
Eugene Peterson's in the issue. Yep. A lot of stuff.
All happening.
Lots of good stuff.
Was that the guy? Was it Eugene Peterson?
It was not Eugene Peterson. I did not play poker with a blue joke telling Eugene Peterson.
You would not believe. Yeah, it was, I mean, shocking. It wasn't even, it was beyond offense, just shocked me to the core.
Go check out the new issue. It's out now. You can find it at relevantmagazine.com. You can view the whole thing. You can also subscribe while you're there. And it's also at newsstands nationwide, a lot of Barnes & Nobles and others. Check it out. We'd love the support, and I think you like the issue. Also, thanks to John Crist for joining us for the whole show. You can follow him on Twitter at John B. Crist. You can also follow him on Instagram to follow those stories at John B. Crist as well. You can find out his tour dates at johnchristcomedy.com. And also, you can Google LA Divine if you want.
I'm going to take these. I'm going to take the payment you guys have given me, and I'm going to tithe a lot. And
the children of the world are going to benefit. I'm glad it's in my hands, so I can benefit all the children.
Not just me, but people all over the world.
I'm going to go out for a meal, and I'm going to make a real show of this prayer. I mean, I'm making everyone in the restaurant. So no one's taking one more bite till every head is bowed, every eye is closed, and you get that alcohol out of here right now. Party's over.
Don't you dare touch that pizza shooter. You shut your eyes and you pray to the Lord.
All right, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Eddie Koffel.
I'm Chandler Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
John Crist.
We'll see you guys next week.
Couldn't bear to spend another day without you. I've got to catch you. Freezing rain can't keep me away from your door.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
What should I do? All I knew, I couldn't wait one more tonight. And if this plane won't fly, then I'll ride. 'Cause I gotta catch you. Freezing rain can't keep me away.
Shocking. It was beyond offense, just shocked me to the core.